Aaron Rodgers out, got COVID. So, I guess, go ahead. First, start there. I don't know what you got to say about it. The thing that's troubling, Dad, and I don't know how much you know, or, again, I'm not trying to overjudge, but I'm going to judge from a football level. It doesn't sound like Aaron Rodgers is vaccinated. So that certainly has an issue, and what's going to be more of an issue around it is it means Green Bay's been breaking league rules, and he hasn't been wearing a mask at press conferences or on the sidelines, which is against league rules. So going to be interesting to see how that plays out, Dad, but, kind of what were your thoughts on the whole thing?
Well, I think my first thought is, it caught me by surprise. I didn't know he was not vaccinated.
Yeah.
Usually I kind of hear the rumors of who's not, especially the quarterbacks. And I think the thing about Green Bay, who else is going to be on that COVID list for this weekend? And I know they have Jordan Love, and who's going to – Ben Kirk, can he – I don't know. I haven't
He's
looked
on
it
the
up
COVID
yet.
list too, Dad. So they got to sign somebody. He just got.
Can he come off the COVID list sometime this week?
I don't know that for sure. I don't know, but all signs point. All of it points to they have to sign somebody, and then I guess that means maybe Blake Bortles will get back in the fold because he was there a little earlier this year.
Yeah, was he there in training camp? I know he was there during the off season some, and I can't remember watching him play any in preseason. But whatever. It comes down to Jordan Love. And probably the bad thing for Jordan Love, the good thing is he'll get to practice this week.
Yeah.
The bad thing is that Kansas City actually looked a little more organized and better against the Giants than I've maybe seen them all year. And, of course, the big reason is that big guy. My gosh.
Yeah.
Chris Jones. He just gave everybody a taste. Let me just work myself across the Giant line and let everybody have just one shot at me. And he won almost every battle. He was terrific. My gosh, when he was in the game, didn't play. They did a good job of managing, but he just jumped off every time I watched the place. Who did that? Chris Jones.
Yeah.
Chris Jones.
Right.
So that was really cool to see him back in action and moving him around. And I know you've said it, and Paul, you've probably heard it from Christopher many times. I love him inside more than I do outside.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I'm not coaching the team. And also, I thought the Kansas City Chiefs really did a much better job on defense overall. And I know the Giants are not the greatest offensive team, but they were better organized. They didn't take as many chances, and they just played a different game, which I thought really worked well for them.
Yeah, no doubt about it. The numbers bear it out, Dad, with Chris Jones. He has been playing inside more the last few weeks, so that's a real thing. And, listen, I was a fan of hey, let's move him out to defense end, see what he's got, maybe get your four best on the field. But I think ultimately, like what Dad's referring to is, they got to a spot where – he's not affecting the game the same way he was, in previous years. He is no doubt, and I think Dad would agree with this, the most disruptive interior defensive lineman in football the last 2 years, other than Aaron Donald. He is.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah, right. And then at defensive end, you can find ways to get a defensive end out of the game plan to a degree. So I think like what Dad's referring to the other night, I don't even know what his stats were, but he a lot of plays up, as we like to say on this podcast, right? Yeah. And affected it that way. And I do agree with Dad. I think their defense really, the Washington game was a little better. Tennessee was not horrible. People need to go. I know they lost 27-3, but think about turnovers, everything. They hung in there. It wasn't bad. They are trending in the right direction. So we'll see what they do on that side of the ball. But
I'll just say this. Mike Shanahan told me years ago when he was coaching the Denver Broncos, we got into the subject about offensive line, and I've never forgotten it. He goes, I want a center and two guards that are good. The tackles, and I went, what do you mean? And he goes, we can help the tackles. You can't help center and guards.
Right.
They're in there. And Chris Jones, rushing a passer straight, pushing the pocket.
Right.
Now if the quarterback breaks, you have a better chance, whatever. When you're outside, you can have a great pass rush. The quarterback steps up, and you're a non-factor.
Yeah.
So that's interesting, too. When the game was over, because I do a Giant podcast every once in a while, I'm going to do one tomorrow. When the game was over, I said, I have more questions about Kansas City's offense now than I do their defense.
Oh,
so I thought their offense
we
was –
can get there.
Yeah.
Man. Well, whatever. We'll get to it. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I think we should start with the Jordan Love,
right,
and talk about what that situation looks like. And guys, Phil, You can take this first, and Chris, I'd love to hear what you think too. But on the drive into work, I've got about a 20-minute commute. Turned off the podcast, turned off the music, and just thought about the Packers situation. Two things came to mind, Phil. Number one, I remembered how I felt when the Packers took Jordan Love, a year and a half ago. In 15 or 16 years of covering the draft, my least favorite pick of all time. And I thought at the time, I can't wait to see this guy play. Can't wait to see if he's worth it. So a little over a year later, I'm excited. I mean, I'm disappointed the reason why he's playing, but I'm excited that we get to see what this guy's got, number one. And number two, I'm wondering if the expectations and the pressure on him, and if this matters at all, grows at all this week because Mike White, because Cooper Rush, because Trevor Siemian, three guys without a lot of recent experience or no recent experience came in and played very well for their teams.
Yeah, that's a great point, Paul. I watched Jordan Love in the preseason, and everybody, wow, look at this, and I didn't see that. It was okay, but the talent, the throwing, it didn't jump off at me at all. But the good thing in his favor, their offensive line, whatever, they should be able to handle Kansas City enough to give him chances.
Right.
And we know Matt LaFleur is going to do a good job of designing an offense that's going to take a lot of pressure off of him. They're a team that has tons of short passes, little concepts that really you don't have to make a decision. You just catch the ball and throw it to the guy outside or coming off picks. I mean, how many picks did Aaron Rodgers run against the Arizona Cardinals?
Right.
My gosh.
Right.
I think they ran the same play like 10 times.
Yeah.
I'm exaggerating a little, but not a lot. So I would expect that, watching him play. But also, I think Kansas City knows what to expect, too. So It'll be interesting to see, will they play zone and kind of be smart that way, or are they going to try to come after a young quarterback, which I think would be a mistake?
Yeah, Dad said all the right things, I think. Jordan Love, hey, listen, if they're open, he can hit you. I don't know yet if he's going to be able to make high-level, game-changing throws.
Which they're used to getting there.
Well, that to me is what they're going to miss. You're going to miss a guy who, yes, again, it's not about offensive explosion with Green Bay right now. They're about execution. We're going to execute you to death on both sides of the ball. And just like last week, we're kind of going to wait for you to screw up. And when you do, here comes our foot on your throat because we're going to score a touchdown. And now we're up a possession or two in the football game, and you're playing a game that you're not, you didn't want to play necessarily. That's where they're great. And that's where, I think, they're going to miss the handful of throws that you're alluding to that Rodgers makes every game where we just go, holy crap. That was unbelievable. There was nothing there. That's an amazing throw. But I think ultimately, too, what Dad's getting to is just a little they're going to miss. Now there's going to be, hey, here's the play in the huddle. Jordan Love's going to call the play, and they're going to walk up to the line of scrimmage, and they're going to call that play. That's going to be. Every now and then he'll have a check with me, okay, we wanted to run here, but the safety's here, so we're going to run over there. Yes, but they're going to miss the element of Rodgers being able to really control the game at the line of scrimmage and do it the right way. And he's shown great patience all year. I think that's jumped out to Dad, too, I think. And just like, you're going to play too deep? Fine. We'll run the ball. We'll throw the short passes underneath. That's fine. We'll just kind of, matriculate the ball down the field that way. Mm-hmm. And then when you get sick of that, I know. And then when you get sick of that, we'll try to take a shot down the field. And that's where I think it can be an uphill battle for Jordan Love. You agree with that, Dad, or disagree, or what?
Oh, no, I agree with it. You're not going to be able to expand the offense. You're not going to have all the checks and everything. Of course, Aaron Rodgers with the great experience. And, too, we just take for granted as fans and as people, analysts or whatever, all the back shoulder throws that you just go, that was Aaron Rodgers. No, those are really special. And he makes it look so easy. And he's so good at it. And that's really a huge part of their offense. Not just with Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
Whoever gets the chance, they know that they don't beat their guy right away, it doesn't matter. They're expecting back shoulder throws. And they're one of the best in the NFL at it, if not the best. And so that'll be interesting just to see. But you were right. They're very patient. They've run the football. And between Matt LaFleur and Aaron Rodgers, they manage football games right up there with one other team as good as anybody in the NFL, and who would that be, my son?
I'm going to say you're thinking New England that way.
You got it. Okay, ding, ding, ding. You're right. I was afraid he was going to answer that wrong, Paul. But New England is an unbelievable managing football team of the game. And I told you, you didn't watch their game against the Chargers. When you watch it, I tell you, you're going to laugh.
Yeah.
Because it was a clinic on how to take a team that I don't know what we say about their talent. It's okay. I'm not convinced they're somebody to really worry about in the long run. I don't know. I got to see more. But, man, did they do a great job of managing the game against the Chargers last week.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I did get that game in, too, and we're going to break that down here on the podcast in a little bit. I got Dad's referring, like we talked earlier, I hadn't watched the Patriots offense yet, so I got that in.
Well, you know what? It's old. Listen, it's 90% of it's between the hashes.
It's unbelievable. It really
is. I was laughing watching it going, oh, my gosh, this is not even 1980s. This is 1970s.
You're right.
You know?
I felt like it was a little like you got Giants 1990 Otis Anderson up the middle. Like that's a
good one. Yes, yes.
Check
it really was. A lot of man blocking, stuff like that. And, but just listen. That's what you do. You work with what you got, and you can't create something that you can't reach. And I think New England, really on both sides of the ball, too. You're right. Their defense has changed a little, playing more zone, very good at it. I thought what they did against the Chargers, and many times this year has been very good.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
So this Jordan Love playing quarterback for the Packers is a brand new story.
Right.
Pretty
Go back
new
to
story.
I'm interested too, Paul, to
Chiefs
answer your
offense.
question. I'm interested in seeing him play, and I'm not going to overjudge him. Of course, I'm watching TV. Oh, now we're going to see if he's the guy. Well, I think I need more than one game before I'm going to decide if he's a bust or not.
Yeah.
But it'll be interesting to see, and I just want to see the raw talent. And if that shows, that would be enough for me.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.